G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be recapping everything that happened in day one of the FNCS finals, and yeah, this was the craziest tournament in Fortnite history. Arguably, potentially the worst tournament in Fortnite history. It was a dumpster fire. Seriously, 2 games have been voided. A whole bunch of pros got banned and then unbanned. People saying it's because a guy on Twitch told his viewers to mass report him. That guy went and got a bunch of hate. Turns out it wasn't what he did. He didn't tell his viewers to mass report. Just ridiculous situation. How pros even get banned because people who aren't even in the game are reporting them. I don't know. There's a lot to cover. We've also got to talk about everything that happened in NA while not really having any kind of major issues in comparison to having 2 games voided. The first time we've ever seen that in Fortnite. We did have just a lot of issues that I foresaw with big teams not having any good drop spots. Clix's team currently in last place due to just horrific circumstances with nowhere to drop. Who are they versing? What's going on? We had NRG Commandment, one of the favorites, struggling until one of the best comebacks I've ever seen in the last 3 games. There's a lot to cover. I also want to talk about my announcement that I made on stream. I have officially joined NRG. I am now NRG's newest content creator. I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well because I know a whole bunch of you guys are curious, but yeah, we got a stacked video. Let's jump straight into it. First off, let's start with EU. And before I talk about the results, let's talk about why EU only played 4 games today and why they're playing 8 games tomorrow. So, Fortnite Competitive made a tweet. They said that we are nulling the results of Game 4 and 5 in the EU FNCS finals due to an error that removed several participating teams from the matches accidentally. These matches will be replayed at the end of tomorrow's Day 2 session. Leaderboards will be corrected after the event concludes. Now, this is unprecedented. We have not seen this done by Fortnite before, to void the results of games. Now, mind you, one of these games actually finished. We had Game 4 finish, and we had Savid, of all people, one of the most beloved pros in the scene, get an 8 elim win, a phenomenal game, only to have the results voided. So that game did not count. Savid lost all the points he gained. But why was it voided? Now, the situation was there was quite a few pros. The most notable was our Savage and Tripper. They were banned mid-tournament. It wasn't an error, like Epic just said in their tweet, or I guess technically banning them was an error. How you accidentally banned someone, I don't know, but we'll get to that in a second. They were banned. Now, everyone went absolutely crazy. A bunch of us, myself included, started to think it was something to do with the fact they were boot camping. Maybe at the boot camp, they switched PCs. Epic automatically banned them because they thought they were, trying to spoof their hardware. Maybe they were playing on a different account. Maybe the IP address changed, so they thought they were, something like that, right? That's what most of us assumed, because how could someone in an FNCS final get accidentally banned? But information came out that it was actually because they were reported a large number of times for collusion. So there was a fight that broke down at Steamy Stacks. It was between Malibuca's team, Savage's team, and Tripper's team. Now, once Malibuca's team went down, Savage's team disengaged, and so did Tripper's team. I didn't really think too much of it at the time. It just seemed like a smart disengage. Tripper's team rotated into third party, but once Malibuca's team was wiped, Savage's team was all up. They didn't want to push a 3v3. Pretty fair, nothing too crazy. But there was a Russian streamer, and I'm not gonna post the social anywhere. I'm not gonna post the clip. You guys may have seen it, but I want to clear this streamer's name because there was unfortunately some miscommunication going around, and understandably, the player was speaking in Russian. Mr. Savage ended up tweeting out the video, and he tweeted out saying that he got banned because this streamer, told his viewers to mass report him. I thought this was crazy. There is no chance a Fortnite pro in an FNCS finals can get automatically banned without Epic checking it just because enough people report them. But that looks to be the reason why. But Mr. Savage, unfortunately, did jump the gun on this one a little bit. We had Leshy and a whole bunch of other people that I trust who have translated what he said. He did not tell his viewers to report Mr. Savage. He said that he was going to report him. He ended up not even reporting Mr. Savage. In the clip, he reports Tripper, but Savage and Tripper got banned, and a lot of people thought that he was telling his viewers to report him. But what probably happened was, which is the case with a lot of streamers, his viewers would have seen him reporting. They would have jumped on the bandwagon. They would have wanted to get in on it. Maybe they were pissed off as well because, Malibuca is a Russian team, and they thought, yeah, let's report him. And they probably didn't even think anything was going to happen. Like, if I reported someone in an FNCS finals and I'm not even in the game, I'm in the spectator mode, I wouldn't think it would get actioned or affect anything. But It actually led to one of the biggest disasters in Fortnite competitive history, having 2 games nullified. So I'm not going to point the blame here. I'm a streamer. I do viewing parties with a large audience these days. Today for my announcement, there was 30,000 of you. Just absolutely ridiculous. It's very easy to make these kind of mistakes and not realize how big your reach is, that your viewers can literally just go and mass report someone and get them banned. So I don't want to condone what this streamer did, but I also can understand that he probably just didn't think it was going to go this far. He did apologize later and say that, look, I didn't tell my viewers to report anyone. I didn't think that they would. And even if they did, I didn't think anything would happen. It was more of a meme. It was just something that he was doing because the Russian team lost and he thought the fight was suspicious. But I fully understand why Savage, in the heat of the moment, he's playing an FNCS Grand Finals, one of the most important events of his life, and he's getting banned, and he sees this Russian guy reporting him on stream to thousands of viewers, and then all of a sudden he gets banned. He's freaking out. It was just a very messy situation. I want to give both sides because there was a lot of confusion about what exactly happened. But for whatever the reason, Savage and Tripper got banned, and because they got banned mid-game 4, then they couldn't play game 5. They got some of them into game 5, and then other pros started getting banned. Things were going crazy, and that's when Epic stepped up and made the decision to null the games. And this is ridiculous. This is very scary as well. It's either a good thing or a bad thing. I still don't understand how this is the process. A lot of people in my chat seem to disagree with me, saying that, look, if someone's getting mass reported, it's normally the sign they're doing something wrong. This system is a good system to stop bad things. But FNCS finals, players who are watching through a replay mode, like, I guess they could maybe have seen that the player was hacking and mass report. I just can't see a situation where being able to mass report someone and ban them is a good thing. And I have to imagine Epic has now rectified this situation and changed it. I'm hoping. Otherwise, obviously, I wouldn't even talk about this because I wouldn't want to set a precedent that, you know, say I'm doing a viewing party tomorrow and, you know, there's a team dropping on my friend's team. Do I tell my viewers to go mass report him? Like, there is no way that is the situation. So I'm hoping Epic has fixed that. With an FNCS finals, it's only 99 players with a broadcast, with a spectator team. Like, Epic staff are literally in the game watching the players. I'm sure they can suss out if someone's cheating, if someone's teaming. They should be all over it. So I'm guessing it was just Epic not really seeing that this would be an issue. And to be fair, how many tournaments have you played and this has never been an issue before? So I guess it was one of those things how we're not going to find out that it's broken until it breaks. But the results have been pretty devastating. Like I said, for teams like Savid, they lost a lot of points, and this is massively going to affect their tournament. And now the pros have to play 8 games in a row tomorrow, which is just mentally so tiring. And I'm scared that no matter what happens in these EU finals, no matter how good tomorrow is, there is always going to be a bit of an asterisk on this tournament. Yeah, you won, but did you deserve it? There was issues, there was drama, there's 2 teams got voided. I would have got 10 points, which would have put me ahead of you, but your team got reset. It's a very messy situation. I think Epic's done what they can with the situation. I think one better solution maybe would have been to play out those 2 games, game 4 and 5, because game 5, they actually stopped midway through. They kicked everyone out of the lobby. I think maybe play game 4 and 5 out, let teams play, take the best 12 games. Play 8 games tomorrow, so 14 games total, and let every team take their best 12. So Savid's 8 elim win would still count. Mr. Savage and Tripper, while not being able to play, you know, only playing 13 of the 14 games, they're a little bit disadvantaged, but not so much as Savid, who literally just had all his points from a game taken away. Either way, I don't even know that solution is that good. I'm just trying to offer something that's maybe a little bit more fair. There is really no fair way to fix this. It's just a super unfortunate situation that has affected, you know, a lot of teams, and I hope it doesn't make tomorrow's tournament feel any less special. Now, let's look at the actual results of EU, because this is still FNCS finals. This is still super exciting. Now, I'm going to have to eat my own words here, because first place after day 1 is Stormyright, Toos, and Kiriachi, where I did pick them in my top 3 to do well, but I kind of just picked them on a whim because of how good they're playing. I thought with how terrible Sludgy is, there is no chance they were going to do well. You know my video the other day where I said that Sludgy now has 15 chest spawns? No, it has 11. 11 chest spawns inside Sludgy. Yes, there's a few around there, but let's say they get the maximum of 15, which is pretty much all the chests in the surrounding area. With about, what is the chest spawn right now? We think it's about a 70% chest spawn. They're walking out with 10 to 12 chests on average between 3 players, and they're in first. Insanely impressive for them. A lot of the zones pulling north today as well. 3 of the 4 zones did pull north, which, you know, it was on the northwest side most often, so around Coral, so it did kind of help them, but it's still ridiculous from them. We had Noah Riley, Vidil, and Aqua in second on 117. They're playing phenomenally well, but they're doing it in very high ground fashion or very Aqua fashion. Go big, go home. 10 elim win, 9 elim fifth, 1 elim fifth, which is surprising for me, but that was when it came down to a lot of solo clutching, or a 0 elim 19th. They really are going for that high ground early and trying to make big games. We have Stompy, Nebs, and Pink, who were conned at Lazy Lake, started off so fantastic, an 8 elim second and a 9 elim win. They were straight out the gate running away with the tournament, but 4 elim 14th and a 1 elim 31st. It's been a long stream. I just streamed for 12 hours. They still managed to stay up there, but unfortunately dropped off the pace a little bit. We had Art Skills team in 4th on 92 and Dredder, Savage, and Refsguard. Now, they're in 5th on 91. Again, gotta eat my words. Right now, there is a team that is contested in the top 5 that is Savage's team. Obviously, we've had Stompy's team top 3, Savage's team top 5. They're looking really, really good. Savage's team had an interesting strategy. They were actually pretty much splitting off Steamy as fast as they could. They weren't fighting it most of the time, except for that one game where obviously the incident happened that I just talked about. But for the most part, they're getting the loot, they're rotating early, and they're just doing it with next to no loot a lot of the times. But hey, they're in top 5. Fantastic performance from them so far. We have Ellicrat's team in 6th, Henjdan's Chatpix in 7th, which a lot of people are surprised. They're not contested. They're just so far struggling a little bit. A couple of issues with Surge, but I really think they can come back with a big game tomorrow. Remember, there's 8 games to go tomorrow. We've only played 1/3 of the games. Remember that. We have Kami's team in 8th. We have Rifler, Savit, and Astro in 9th. It really feels bad to say that because obviously, like I said, their best game now is a 2 elim 7th and a 3 elim 2nd. Their 8 elim win is not in there. They would easily be top 3 if you had that 8 elim win in there, like even more than that potentially. I think they'd actually be 2nd or 1st, so really sad to see that for them, but let's really hope they pull through tomorrow. ADN's team in 10th, and you're probably noticing some of the big names not in there. Benji Fishy's team down in 13th. They are contested at Corny, so it's just a bit of back and forwards. They won a couple spawn fights. They lost a couple spawn fights. Just it's how it's going to go when you're contested. But possibly the most surprising performance is Tayson, Vino, and Rizon in 14th on 72 with Uncon Believers. Actually, game 1 and 2, they got triple spaz spawns at the NPC. Game 1, they ended up going down to Surge in 26th, picked it back up with a 9 elim 8th, and then unfortunately a 3 elim 10th and a 2 elim 15th. I still have full confidence with 8 games they can bring it back and dominate. I just think that, things weren't clicking today. There was no major issue I could see that was going wrong for them. I think they fix up a few mistakes, they get high ground a few of those games, and they could very, very easily be back in top 3 or even take it home. NAEs didn't really have the same level of drama. I mean, there was a bit of drama on social media, as there always is. We had Clix's team going up against Banks' team on social media. They were going crazy. There was a bunch of beef, but for the most part, I'm not going to go too much into that. You guys know that I really only cover the beef if it's super relevant and competitive. I know it makes it a bit spicy. If you guys want to go find it, you easily can, but I do want to focus on the games, and I want to focus on this first place. Justice, Dukes, and Users. I've been sleeping on them. I'm going to admit it. They've been doing well this season, but I did not think they were going to come out the gate with a 225-point first, almost a 50-point lead on second. They are absolutely dominating right now, and they did it 4 games. Their first 4 games, they were contested at Caddy Corners by Wrigley's team. Wrigley decided to leave, and I was almost a bit scared. I was like, man, they're doing so well contested. Maybe when they get uncontested, they'll struggle for Surge. They'll fall off the pace. Nope, they got an 11 elim 4th and a 7 elim 4th when they were uncontested, 1 elim 6th, 14 elim win, 6 elim 12th, and an 8 elim 3rd. They are looking so fantastic. They have a massive lead going into tomorrow, and if they keep uncon caddy and they keep playing like they did in their last 2 games, I don't know if anything's going to stop them. We have Censored Edgy Commandment, my prediction to win it, potentially getting 2nd place. I mean, I know it's the Censored Curse. They're in 2nd. It's funny, but man, I hope they can walk away with an FNCS, or I don't know, for the sake of the meme, maybe a 2nd wouldn't be so bad. It would be kind of funny. Possibly not for them, but for the community. But they started off rough. 1 elim 21st, 4 elim 9th, and a 0 elim 16th. They were in 21st. I remember vividly. They were in 21st going into their last 3 games. So I was doing a viewing party. I was like, look, guys, things looking a bit rough. Don't really know what's going on here. But man, they brought it back. 11 elim win, 11 elim 2nd, 5 elim 2nd. First, 2nd, 2nd in their last 3 games to jump up in a 2nd place. Huge huge from them, and it proves don't count anyone out. We have 6 games of NA tomorrow. We have 8 games at EU. It is plenty of time for any team to make a comeback. We have Pledge, Teo, and Tabsg in third on 175 out of Weeping Woods looking great. Buganosh, Avery, another team that I predicted to win it on 161 in 4th place. Nothing crazy going on there. They have Orchard. They have the IO house. I'm a little bit scared for them going into day 2. There's a lot of teams that are clashing over really bad drop spots. I'll talk about Clix's team in a second. And with eyes around the map, what's looking good? Them getting Orchard and IO House, that's looking like a drop that I think someone's going to try to go for. I don't know. No one went it today. Buga's team is that scary. Maybe there's enough respect there. No one will go tomorrow, but I am a little bit nervous for them. We had Acorn, Slacks, and Jack in 5th. Again, a sludgy team. Apparently, I'm sleeping on sludgy. It's where it is. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're making it work. We have Kaz, Whofishy, and Aspect in 6th. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Whofishy, by the way. I didn't mention this in yesterday's videos. After the all the natural disasters you guys have had in the United States, I believe it's Louisiana, that's been struck by a pretty bad tornado. Whofishy has come out and said that he is going to be donating his entire entire Twitch revenue for the whole month and 40% of his earnings from the FNCS Grand Finals this weekend to that charity relief. I don't want to do this. I'm sure Whofishy didn't do it for the attention. He didn't think I was going to shout it out, but I wanted to give a huge shout out to Whofishy because that makes me cheer him on that much more. We had DJ and Aegis Skittles in 7th. Remember, they are conning Calazo at Corny Complex, but they've got an interesting strategy. They are dropping half Corny, getting half the loot, rotating instantly west, and they're going towards the top half of the Kami split. They're getting the bridge. They're getting that little kind of gas station area because since for most of today, Iomzo's team was going up against D-Roller's team at the IO house, they didn't have time to get all that loot. So they were actually looking really, really good. And I love the fact they adapted to that playstyle last minute. We had Joji's team in 8th. We had Kanata, Stretch, and Saf in 9th. They went for their typical big high ground games, or they went down early. They almost brought it back towards the end. They started to have some phenomenal games. A 7 elim win in game 3, but they started to get contested on height a lot more and unfortunately couldn't keep up the consistency. But hey, if they get 3 out of the 6 games tomorrow, they get high ground. That's potentially 3 wins. They really could jump back up there. We had Coop, Bizzle, and Eclipse. Phenomenal performance for them despite being contested at the IO house for most of today. Mega's team's up there. Macwood, again, you guys probably want to know what's going on between Macwood and P-God's team. Craggy, how's it going? Really kind of tame. Only 2 of the games out of today did they actually fight. The other 4 games, it looked like Macwood's team was rotating towards Stealthy. P-God's team was going over to Steamy Stacks. And that's where I got to talk about Clix's team. Very unexpected to see Clix, Bucke, and Kreo in last. Now, I know with their drop spots coming into it, I was worried for them, but I did think they were going to have a better day than this. But honestly, I described it on stream today. They're stuck between a rock, a hard place, and a blender. Like, there's just... Let me run it for you. They go Steamy. They're versing one of the best Steamy teams in the world. Bully knows that job like the back of his hand. Even if they do win it, like they did one of the games today, they then get rushed by P-God's team. Sometimes P-God's team doesn't push. So that means that sometimes Dey's team pushes out of Dirty. Sometimes Booga's team has eyes on it. Even if they make the rotate, they then get stuck on a congested edge. Okay, let's say they don't go Steamy. They go Retail. Retail is now double contested. You have Pam Stu and Larson's team. Okay, let's go Holly. That was the other job spot. Then you have Scope's team and Voil's team. You get where I'm going with this. Like I said originally, I'm not going to complain about the map too much. It's just unfortunate there's not enough loot on the map. There's too many teams who it feels like their FNCS just was decided before it started. I know you might say they could be doing better. They could be winning more of the Steamy fights. I agree. They are going up against a very scary Steamy team. They can't blame their whole FNCS on the fact that they're contested, but let's be fair, it just feels like they never had a chance. It feels like a lot of the teams never had a chance, and this is a big conversation. A lot of people are saying on social media that this grand finals just doesn't feel as special as a lot of the ones in the past. I'm really enjoying it. I've had a crazy weekend, obviously, with my NRG announcement. It's just, I always love watching competitive Fortnite, but I have to feel for these guys when it does feel like they're going into day 2 tomorrow with no hope. Like, how do you come back from this? Where do you drop? How do you get your loot? For teams like Centered who are struggling, but they had a drop spot, there was hope that things would turn around. Maybe they click, maybe they bring things together like Tayson's team, and they have a comeback. For teams like Clix, it just feels like they don't really have the potential to even do anything with. So I'm not trying to make excuses on their behalf. I've already had this whole conversation. I know they could just win their drop, pop off, and be demons like Duke's team. There is always that argument as well, but it does feel a little bit rough. Again, my solution transition for next season. I know it's going to be trios, but I would love to just see maybe 3 or 4 POIs, 100% chess spawn, and duos. I don't like this idea of just no one fighting on spawn. I don't want you guys to think that I think everyone should have their drop spot. They should rotate. They should sit in mid game. No, I don't want that either. I think duos is a lot more flexible where you see those early fights. You know, you can win it. You can disengage, get some more loot. You can maybe like rotate when you don't get better items. It's just more flexible. DreamHack was great to watch because even on the current map, a lot of teams contested, did phenomenally well. Some people pulled off some really cool shamble drops. They didn't have to go major POIs. It just felt like everyone had a bit more of a chance. That's all I'm trying to say. But so far, NA's been very interesting and pretty shocking, actually. The other team that I will definitely mention is Reverse 2K Deyy and Mirror down in 20th. They have uncon dirty. Things just aren't really clicking for them right now. They're taking those aggressive mid-game fights for their Storm Surge like we know they do, and unfortunately, they're just losing too many of them. They normally just steamroll the teams and go to endgame. They just haven't really been getting that same momentum going. Now, moving on to some personal news with me. I don't normally put myself in these videos, but I wanted to mention it because I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious about it. My announcement, I did join NRG. I am now NRG Aussie or NRG Aussie Antics, but one of the main things I wanted to talk about was the plan for the future, because a lot of people are curious what this means. If you watched the announcement video, and if you didn't, I'll put it at the end of today's video. I'll chuck it in there so you can watch it. I was really proud of it, but I will actually be going to LA. I'm going to be making content out of the NRG Hot Pocket Castle. I'm going to be making content with Grady, doing a whole bunch of really cool stuff. The plan is to go in January. Don't worry, if you didn't watch the video, I am taking my wife, I'm taking Steve, I'm going to take the family. It's going to be awesome. So I am still going to be making a bunch of Fortnite content. Fortnite is what I love. That is really the goal of my content. It's the esport that I love so much. But if you've seen my Twitch channel, I've been following more Apex Legends recently, Rocket League. I've been watching a whole bunch of tournaments for a while now, and I want to get into following more esports, and especially now being, you know, Team NRG, I've got one of the best Rocket League and Apex teams in the world to cheer for. I'm picking up some other esports. I really want to make some content on that. Me and Grady have some really cool ideas to, you know, I'd love to do a series or maybe make some videos where I get taught how to play Rocket League by Musty, or maybe I get a chance to play some Apex with Asu and do a bit of an interview, bit of a learning experience, maybe get you guys some advice or pick the brains of these insane pros who are playing different games and make some fun content out of it. So huge announcement for me. Like I said, my plan is to be there in January. I want to spend Christmas and New Year's with my family, but then it looks like it's going to be American Antics. You guys keep asking. I'm never going to change my name. No matter where I go in the world, I'll still be an Aussie at heart. I'm still super proud to be an Australian, so it'll always be Aussie Antics. But huge thank you to you guys, again, watching my YouTube, watching my Twitch, you know, checking out my Twitter, just any support you've given me. If you have liked a single one of my posts or videos, if you have followed me on any platform, you have made this come true, and I really want to say thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. It is just ridiculous that I am absolutely living my dreams. I did a 12-hour stream today doing a viewing party for all the games for NA East, EU, and NA West. I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow. I'm actually doing a subathon. If you want to swing in, it's going to be a really fun day. I'm doing a giveaway. It's going to be great, but it still hasn't sunk in what exactly has happened. So I just want to give you guys a massive, massive thank you. And I really hope you enjoyed the reveal. I'm going to show you the video right now. This is pretty much my intro to joining NRG.
All right, guys, great job. That was an awesome shoot.
You're so old for this. Are you serious?
Bro, Grady, you are way too old for this, bro. Stop trolling.
No. Shut up. You're literally 30.
I need someone my age, man.
He can't build or shoot. Oh, that's the glitch. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. I just flamed you.
What's good, Grady?
Yo, Benji, you're British, right? Who is Aussie Antics?
Yeah. Aussie's Australian, mate.
All right, well, is he good? Like, has he eliminated anyone?
I mean, kind of.
Another Elim down below. Oh, there it is, though. Bogle, Kiko, and Slender. Okay. Finding their way through, man. They're playing so well. Okay. The fact they're doing this with some of the most and they're fucking dead.
What language is he speaking?
It's English, mate. I think you know some Spanish as well.
Mucho más.
Okay, anything else I need to know?
Yeah, I think he's got a dog named Steve.
Look how thick he is, bro. He's literally like overflowing his collar. Look at this shit. His collar's buried in there.
He's perfect.
Hello?
Yo, Ozzy, it's Grady. I just talked with Andy. Look, we want you to pack your bags and move on down to the NRG Hot Pockets Castle. Are you in?
Can I bring Steve?
Yeah, you can bring Steve.
Alright, I'm in. That's someone today. Yes! It's back! Going in, Techie.
Dead.
Put me in, coach. Thunder pump.
Get in there. Oh, there's old tree there.
Thunder pump.
And
Thunder
oh
pump.
my
Oh
god.
my god, we just killed everyone. Hey, bud. Ah, yes! Oh my god, everything about that, yes!
Bang. Oh my god.
Thanks, bro. Fucking, this is like actually a horror game, I swear to god. I'm gonna do this in. Hello.
Oh my god, that was clean.
Alright.
Sam. Oh, I got hit hard. I'm
dead,
1
dead,
HP.
dead.
Yeah, nice. I'm just
Can I
trying to
go
steal
for the
everyone.
three-peat chat?
He landed.
Oh, I can go for
Oh
the
my god,
three-peat!
there's no way.
Oh my god! Do it. Stay there. Ready, chat? Jump shot. You ready? Oh! Yes! Oh! Stinky! So clean. Health meds though. He's got 80 health, 42 shield. He's been dropped down. He's on top of Bowler. The shots come out as Grezzo takes it. 52 points total. Also, massive shout out to Deyy, who just signed with XTRA. I know they're going to treat him incredibly well. He did say very specifically with his announcement video that he loved to join XTRA because they felt like a family. It really was a family. And again, they've just signed on Razer as one of their major sponsors. They have Reet on a 2-year contract, so they're doing huge things over there. And I love the fact that Deyy was so sought after as a player and as a content creator, as a pro, that he didn't even go 2 weeks since he left Endless to when he now joined XTRA. So for this FNCS, unfortunately for XTRA, he is just Deyy because he still can't even change his name. That's how quickly he got signed. Alright guys, that does it for another video. Like I said, super exciting stream going on today. We have EU, NA East, and NA West grand final viewing party for the final day. It's going to be super exciting. I'm also doing a subathon, doing some giveaways, gifted subs, bingo boards, all that stuff you guys love. So make sure you check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/Aussie Antics. If you haven't already, please chuck a like on this video. Let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts on anything I talked about today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.